Sit down." She pointed to the other chair by the desk. "You are the last person I was expecting to see when the door opened." She studied the strong figure with its broad shoulders and well-set head. He nodded back to her glance. "You haven't seen me for some time." "2 years," said Millie. "Yes, it's been a good while." He sighed a little and glanced about the quiet room. "Nice coop you've got up here to think in. I wish I had anything half as good. Always somebody racketing around or wanting something." He sighed again. Then he seemed to relax to the quiet of the room. He settled more comfortably into his chair. "How did you find me?" asked Millie. "Went to the downtown office. You've got a first-rate staff down there. It was as much as 10 minutes before I could find out where to get you. That's a good while for me, you know." She smiled faintly. "Then I got hold of that red-haired one." "Esther." He nodded. "And she graciously permitted me to have your address, after she'd sized me up a bit. They're busy enough down there." He moved an expressive hand. "Typewriters clacking, call boys running, everybody talking." Millie laughed softly. "You never exaggerate, but I suppose they are busy. That's what we want, business." "Well, you've got it. I don't see just how you've managed it, either." He looked at her. "I tell you frankly, I never thought you'd turn the trick." "You told me that 2 years ago, didn't you?" "And I meant it." He seemed to muse on it. "People don't like woman detectives as a rule, don't trust 'em, won't hire 'em." "You hired me," suggested Millie. "Yes, but under me. That's different. You worked under my direction. Did as I said." He seemed to expand a little. "I never said you weren't a good detective," he went on. "Only I didn't believe the public would stand for a woman, giving a case over to her entirely." "I've missed you," he added irrelevantly. "I'm glad of that," said Millie. "How's the business?" "Oh, so. You never ought to have left me," he said almost petulantly. "You wouldn't let me have my own way," responded Millie. "I never refused you anything, did I?" "No." "What was it, then? I've puzzled about it more than a little. What was it you wanted?" "This," said Millie. She moved her hand, and his eye took in the quiet room. "The room's all right," he nodded. "But there's something behind the room you want, something I don't understand." She made no reply. He glanced at her placid face, almost irritably. "Isn't there? Oh, bother! See here, Millie. I've got a case I want your help with. I've worked it over till I'm blue. Nothing doing. I've come to you straight. Will you help me?" They sat looking at each other for a minute, his eyes in the dark, stubborn face with the little cynical line about the lips, staring into the quiet gray ones. She smiled a little and shook her head. "You would not give me a free hand." He leaned forward. "What do you mean by a free hand? You're always talking about a free hand. That's why you left me, far as I make out, a free hand." He spoke a little contemptuously. "Well, take it." "You mean you will do as I say?" A little light leaped into her face. "I want you to catch this Jim Hudson." He slapped a paper he held in his hand. "I know he's guilty, but I can't get at the facts. If you can pin him down. It's a big case, big reward. And then there are others. You'll find a dozen cases hung up, waiting for you." She seemed to hesitate. The room, in the morning light, was very still. The handful of flowers on the desk gave out a subtle fragrance. The man's eye rested on them gloomily. "I suppose you'd want to keep this office, but we can merge the downtown ones. There's big business for us if we join forces. We'll make New York sit up." "And you would let me have my own way, keep on just as I am now?" "Anything in reason. I've told you that, time and again. I'm willing to do anything that's reasonable." She shook her head a little. "You wouldn't call what I'm doing reasonable." "You tell me and I'll see," said Tom craftily. She turned it over. "Yes, I'm going to tell you." His face expanded. "I wouldn't tell you when I left, because I did not know then whether it would work. I wanted a chance to try it out. Now I know." "Oh, it works all right," said Tom gloomily. "It works. I ought to have had that sergeant case."